So, welcome to Take Two with Toy. I am Toy, and today we have Chef Flo with us. Woo! Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, Chef Flo, for those who don't know, he's a chef. He's an entrepreneur. He's an overcomer, and he's also a health advocate.
Yes.
Thank you. So, before we even get started, what we like to do is it's considered like an affirmation game where we ask you to give one word per every letter in your name.
Okay.
Just your first. So today we're going to go off of Chef Flo.
Sounds
okay?
good.
So let's start with the C. What would you say? What would you say to affirm yourself on a day-to-day basis, or something you would call yourself that's positive?
See, I would have to go with concrete.
Yes, I like concrete.
Very, very concrete. Sometimes you have to be, you have to be concrete with yourself. You have to be concrete with God. You have to be concrete with what you want in life.
Yeah,
And you have to be concrete standing on your morals and principles when people come against you.
definitely. That's real. I love that, and I didn't think of that for you. Actually came up with candid,
Candid? Yep, that works too.
truthful, and straightforward.
Yep.
That's Angela. I mean, that's Chef Flo.
Yep.
Right?
Y'all didn't
Anybody
hear that
that
other
knows?
name. You didn't hear that. No, we didn't hear that.
Anybody that knows. He is candid, straightforward, and is gonna tell you the truth.
But it's definitely out of love.
Out of love, for
Out
sure.
of love and wanting to see you do better.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What about your H?
H, helpful.
Helpful.
Helpful. I'm all about the people, especially those who are trying and those who want to be better.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just need a little bit of help.
Yeah, that's good. I love that. I would like to think that I'm probably overly helpful sometimes, but yes, helpful is a good one. What about your E?
E? Ooh. There's so many words with E.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah, okay, maybe, yeah. The E, I don't know, it would probably trip me up a little.
I know for the E, this may go for more with women, but I think men can be elegant as well.
I love elegant for a man.
Yes.
I've never thought of that. Elegant is good.
Elegant.
Love that. Okay. For you, I chose enthusiastic.
Yep.
You are.
You didn't tell me the H for me though.
The H for you was hardworking.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because I see it. And for the people that follow you see it.
Yes.
That's good. What about your F?
F, friendly.
Friendly.
Friendly. I never meet a stranger.
Yes. That's always good. That's
I
a
never
great
meet a
trait to
stranger.
have too. Especially in business.
Definitely.
That's awesome. What about, well, I chose festive
Yep.
because you go all out for certain themes.
Definitely.
So I love
like
that.
those. I like those. I like those.
What about your L?
Loyal.
Loyal. Yeah,
Very, very loyal.
I can see that.
Very, very loyal. Loyal to my craft.
Yeah,
Becoming more loyal to God.
yeah.
And pretty soon I get to be loyal to somebody for a very, very long time.
Come on.
So
I put limitless.
limitless. That's two. I'll take that.
Limitless. And then for your O,
Ooh.
I think we had two O's for you. Yeah, what
That's
you
a
got?
good one. I haven't really thought about.
Really? Because we just kind of knew that you would have this O.
Oh, outgoing.
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 You are outgoing. I can see from time to time you'll pull up at a little food show, go somewhere, like, that's good. I love that because I'm outgoing too. So that's awesome. We chose for you organized.
Yes. Definitely.
Yes, I heard the story about a closet that you had once, and it was organized. I heard it from somebody. So we came up with organized.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get into it. So I have a few questions for you,
All right.
and we'll just have our casual conversation. Let's start with, what first drew you into the culinary world?
Ooh. Well, growing up, you didn't really see many men on TV cooking. You know, women were more fantasized to be in the kitchen.
Yep.
And I like to challenge the norms.
Yeah.
But what really did it for me growing up was during the holidays, especially on my mom's side, you saw the men and women in the kitchen.
Good.
So I saw
Okay.
grandpa, uncles, cousins. I saw aunties, granny, and I want
So
to
it
give
looked
credit.
normal to you. It looked normal for you at church.
Well, it looked magical because I would see them come from the grocery store with these bags, and then 2 hours later, food everywhere. So I knew I've always possessed magic, and that was my kind of magic.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And then I like to give credit to my late great grandmother on my mom's side, because growing up when we would go to Seagraves up there in the Panhandle, I played with the rest of the kids, but she had me in the kitchen organizing the pantry, going to the
Wow.
butcher with her, picking food out the garden, snapping peas. So I give credit to my late great grandma
Love
Marie for that.
That is beautiful because when you think about just, you know, her seeing, she saw something in you. She had already seen something in you, and then giving you a skill set
Yes.
that you didn't even know to try, you know, to go for that early on. So it kind of built you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you,
I love
thank
that. Yeah. What would be your favorite dish? I'll say it this way. What did you first fall in love with making? What was the first dish you fell in love with making?
This may seem a little corny, but grilled cheese.
That's not corny. Grilled cheese is
Grilled
still.
cheese was so simple,
Yeah.
and thankfully, in our house, we always tried different cultures. So when I learned about the different breads, the different cheeses, the different flavor profiles, I was like, okay, you just don't have to have a basic grilled cheese, even though there's nothing wrong with a basic grilled cheese. But grilled cheese is one of the ones that really was a staple for me growing up.
So do you do like a 4-cheese grilled cheese?
I do like 2-cheese grilled cheese. I go with like I like a dill Havarti and a hard Vermont cheddar.
Got it.
And
Yeah.
then I like to, if green tomatoes are in season, saute some green tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
And then put some bacon. But when I cook my bacon, I put black pepper, red pepper, and Italian seasoning on it. And then stack that and layer that. And
So
then
this is
dip it
grilled
in some
cheese we've
tomato
never
soup.
had before.
Never.
I'm sure. I call myself doing something because I'm gonna be honest. When I was younger, grilled cheese was my favorite. Like, I had a friend when I would go to her house on the weekends. Her mom would already have me like packs of cheese, and I literally would walk around eating 24 packs of cheese every weekend. And that cheese is just is major in my life. And so I call myself trying to perfect you know how when you put the cheese in the middle, and if you don't toast the bread on both sides, it's a little softer in the middle. So I call myself toasting the bread on both sides first and then doing it. And I was like, because I wanted the crunch on the inside. You know what I'm talking about?
You can do that. Then before you put the cheese, take the spatula, poke a couple of holes in it, so that way the steam can get through more
Ooh.
and it melts the
See,
cheese better.
you're going to make me go make a grilled cheese. I ain't playing. That's one of my favorites.
Especially on sourdough.
Okay, I've never did it on
Put it on
sourdough. It's even better because sourdough got its own thing going on. Cool. How has your relationship with food evolved over the years? Like, do you see it in a different way now? Is it at one point where food was just food to eat? Like, how do you feel about it now?
Well, growing up, especially with my dad, food and eating was a sacred time.
Got it.
So to me, food always possessed a certain power.
It always
It
did.
seemed like it doesn't matter how hard your day is, how good your day is. Food always seems to make everything better. So I understand food has always had a power, and I've always understood food is my ministry.
Yeah.
So where some people can just see these ingredients, my mind will automatically come up with about 10 or 15 different dishes based off of those and just come up with combinations. So it's just a constant evolution. It really is a God-given talent.
For some reason, I already felt that.
Yeah.
I already feel that anyway about you. And I feel like anybody that really goes into the field of culinary, it's something deeper for them. versus, you know, the average mind.
It's just like people with music, like the greats like Stevie Wonder,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
Nina Simone. You can tell it's just in them.
Yeah, it's
It's
just in them. I love that so much. As a licensed chef, how do you bring your personal story to the food?
My personal story is God gave me this. Angelo isn't doing anything. Chef Lo
Yes.
isn't doing anything. I'm just a puppet. I'm just a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever he tells me to cook, a lot of times people ask me, well, why are you giving stuff away free? Because I was instructed to.
Come on,
I was instructed to, and you never know what that simple meal could do for somebody.
can do for somebody. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that's actually good. I feel the same way. Like, of course, when I do my photography, there are times where I'm propelled to just bless somebody, because again, you never know what that's gonna do for them. It might be a simple gesture, a small gesture to us,
Yep.
but to people who like are needing something, even if it's just a sign of that people are still kind. Anything.
It's basically an iteration of a hug.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Wow.
Sometimes people just need a hug, but a hug isn't always just physical.
Yeah.
A hug can come in other ways. So
I mean, you see like commercials where when it's a family together and they're taking like it just, it does something more, right? I love that.
that's one of the things I wish more families would get back to is eating together with no technology.
No, for real, because there's so much that can happen in that moment in terms of conversation and really finding out how people are doing, how people are feeling, how people are, you know. I think that's missing too. I didn't even think about that.
The dinner table really is a holy ground.
Yeah, it's got to be. I feel like it's almost ordained. Yeah, we're gonna slide over to a little bit of the entrepreneurship side. Okay. What inspired you to step into entrepreneurship and build something of your own?
So it's actually funny how I got into started selling my desserts. I used to work at Cook Children's Medical Center for some years, and we got all kind of youngsters who graduated culinary school talking they really gonna come in there and be Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
And so one of the youngsters challenged me to something. He said, I never heard you talk about cupcakes, so let's challenge you to cupcakes. And in my head, I was like, okay.
Okay.
So I made I want to say it's my great granny's recipe, my red velvet, which by the way, it does not have chocolate. Red velvet chocolate is trash. But anywho,
Okay.
I made the cupcakes and we let
Was
our
that one of the
coworkers
stairs
taste
to
it.
the?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I had to let America know. That traditional red velvet, it's all right.
Yeah.
Come see your boy for the best red velvet ever.
Yeah. Y'all
Right.
heard him.
So we had a competition at work, and the coworkers, I won unanimously.
Yeah.
And then certain coworkers said, hey, can you make me some? So it was because of a dare and a challenge that I started selling my cupcakes.
And then boom.
And it just started building from there.
Wow. We have some similar stories. I won't give you mine, but we'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
I was kind of shifted into what I do now, and I had no idea that's what I was going to do. So I love that so much. What's one lesson you learned the hard way while trying to grow the business?
Set your price and stick to it.
Come on.
Don't budge just because somebody wants you to. If they feel your price is too high, tell them thank you and I appreciate you and keep on moving.
Keep moving.
Because they have no problem going to spend $200 on
Hello.
the weekend
Lord
with
have
nothing
mercy.
to show for it.
Mm-hmm.
So just like when
Easy.
somebody come to me, hey, your cupcake price is too high, I politely tell them thank you. The nearest Walmart is 3 blocks, right by the Starbucks. Go help yourself.
And then they gonna come back. They're coming back.
They're coming back.
They coming back. That is so funny. I got challenged the other day about my prices, and if you know, then you know I am probably one of the cheapest, if not,
Yep.
in Fort Worth,
And
Dallas.
great quality too.
I'm telling you. So when I was challenged by that, it kind of offended me. But then I was like, you know what? That person wasn't my customer, and I'm okay with that.
It's their problem, not yours.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
They'll be
I'm
okay.
completely okay with that. What advice would you give to a chef who dreams of owning their own brand?
let's see. It all starts with your cooking. A couple of things I learned is, say like you have a steak.
Mm-hmm.
It's already dead. Don't kill it again.
Yeah, so you don't have
Take
to
your time.
overcook
You don't have to
it.
overcook it.
Okay.
When it comes to your vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to sacrifice flavor.
Yeah.
So season your vegetables as you would your steak or your chicken. Still cook it the same.
Okay.
That way you can still get healthier options. And when you do start selling your plates or your meals,
Mm-hmm.
make sure you can get something that's consistent.
Right.
So don't try to come out with this new big old shebang that you know you can't afford to keep up.
Come on.
And then you have to switch your flavors and your recipes, and that's how you lose customers.
Because now you're compromising taste.
And with my cupcakes, I've been selling them for over 15 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And the two biggest compliments I get is your flavor's consistent
Yes.
and your quality is consistent.
Yeah, let's talk about these cupcakes.
Let's.
Because I happen to be a big fan of that, you know which one?
Peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler. Everybody that's ever tried it probably is,
Yes.
right? Listen, where did that come from?
It was a challenge.
Man.
One of my friends from back in the day, you know, you have that one friend that doesn't get any bigger no matter how much they eat.
Yeah.
Stay back that
Oh
big
my
around.
gosh.
It was probably like 3 a.m. She said, I want some peach cobbler cupcakes. I'll pay you. I said, okay. And I didn't realize after I made them, she actually sent a picture and a recipe. I just went in there and made it.
You
on
went
my
ahead
own.
and did your own thing.
So I was like, okay, let's start with a good yellow cake.
Best cupcake I ever had in
And
my
then
life.
for the filling, I was like, we need something peachy and creamy. So I made a peach cream cheese filling. Then I made my homemade cream cheese icing.
Uh-huh.
Then I was like, okay, we need something on top. So I was like, pat dry a sliced peach out of a can. Then I made a cinnamon peach drizzle with the leftover filling.
Don't take me too far. Yes.
And then the rest was history.
Because I just walked through every layer and every bit of, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need some today. Okay, tomorrow. That's got, I'm telling you, hands down, that is probably when I say the best thing I've ever had in terms of something sweet, you know, because I ordered them
Yes.
and I was like, I need more. Okay, I need to stop.
And I
Okay, I
make
need
sure
more.
everybody knows that's not me in the kitchen. That's God.
That's
I've
a
always
God
wanted
thing.
people to taste God in my food.
Man, and it is glorious.
Yes.
For real. That's awesome. So we're going to move over a little bit we're going to talk a little bit, we're going to just touch on it, just a smidget, on a little bit of loss, your resilience.
Yes.
Right? And healing, how you went about healing. So for those who know and those who don't, Chef Flo lost his father.
Yes.
And so walking through that deep of a personal loss, how did that season shape you personally and then in your business?
So with that, it was hard. It's still hard. But the type of man that my dad was,
Yep.
there was no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
He gave us room to make mistakes. He gave us room to be human. He gave us room to be emotional.
Yes.
But that man grew up without knowing his father.
Yeah.
Never had a dad. But I watched him over the years go to the men to
Yeah.
get the wisdom and knowledge that he needed.
Yes.
And
He
so
sought after it.
I've never seen him mistreat our mom. That man took pride in being a husband.
Yeah.
That man took pride in being a man of God. And that man took pride in being a father.
Yeah.
So when you grow up with a role model like that, especially to see a black man
Yeah.
wanting to be with his family, wanting to be with his wife, wanting to love God, wanting to love his kids,
Yeah.
you have no choice but to follow in his footsteps.
Exactly.
And when he passed away, I had a choice to either wreck his name or edify his name. And his
Come on.
name is connected to God, so why wouldn't I want to edify it?
Hello.
So he had many sayings, but one that really stuck with me was, your name is my name, and my name will have no stain.
I was just about to say that.
And just because he passed away does not give me the right to stain his name.
Yeah. And guess what? I had to tell myself that even when, I lose my parents, if they go before me,
Yeah.
they live on. they'll live on through me
Yep.
because I am them, and you are him.
And I'm just, even though I didn't want to see him go yet, I'm glad that I got to see my creator go instead of him seeing one of his creations go.
Because definitely, most certainly. I think most people, most parents expect it to be that way anyway. So, man. So with that, do you do anything in his honor in the business? You find yourself kind of tributing something. I probably said that word wrong, but
Attributing.
yeah, something.
I wouldn't
to
say
him.
like I have a special recipe for him, but he was my biggest fan.
Yeah,
So
and I saw that. I got to see that.
I would even catch him getting a clean spoon and sneaking into my icing.
Yes.
I used to catch that man red-handed.
Hilarious, and he was like,
Red-handed.
"Hey."
So no matter where he was, he would tell everybody about his son that
Yes,
bakes.
he sure
And,
would.
even when he was in the hospital, before he went on the ventilator, he was telling all the staff about
He was telling about you.
me. So even though we lost him,
Yeah,
I baked cupcakes for the whole floor
yeah.
and took it to them and told them thank you for everything.
Because they had to look. I'm gonna come confirm
Yep.
what my daddy laid
Yep.
for me. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh. And you know, I shared my own relationship with him
Yep.
too. So hearing you talk about how he was as a man and a father, he was definitely a father figure to me too.
Yes.
So
to a lot of people.
I definitely miss that beautiful character. Very, very much so. How did being a chef both challenge and help you on your life's path? Like, you can talk about the challenge if you choose, or you can just go straight into how it helped you positively.
Honestly, I never really saw a challenge
Good.
because everything I needed, God gave it to me. So
Yep.
never
He
really saw
prepared
a
you
challenge.
for it.
Like
That's
I've done
beautiful.
proms, I've done cupcakes for celebrities, for Netflix comedy
That was
specials.
one of my questions.
So it's
Good.
like,
I was going to ask you, had you had the opportunity to do anything for, someone of,
oh yeah.
that's
And,
a celebrity?
This next thing I really don't talk about because I don't want any other spotlight to come to me from it. But I forgot how to properly say his last name, but he's number 97 for the Dallas Cowboys, defensive
I remember
lineman.
something, yeah.
I do cupcakes for his foundation
I love that.
too.
So, have you ever, what's the largest number of cupcakes you had to put out for
I
a
want to
customer?
say it was 2,400 for Amazon.
I remember that. Oh my God.
2,400 cupcakes for Amazon.
2,400.
And I did it all from home with
I
just
was
a
going to
regular
ask
oven.
you, were you able to go to a commercial kitchen? And
I didn't need one.
Wow.
So that's just to let y'all know that just because you don't have the big oven doesn't mean you can't start.
That's right.
So don't be afraid to start.
Come on. In that process, did you do what? Did you start maybe like 3 days in advance? How did that go?
Like 2 days.
2 days? Mm-hmm.
Because I make sure I get quality containers
Yes.
so they can actually stay out at room temp because they close properly.
Exactly.
And then I just
That's
drop
secure.
the temperature in the house to make
Exactly.
sure
That's
everything
so
stays
smart.
well.
That is smart. What role did mindset and self-discipline play in helping you reach your goals?
This is a title that I gave myself years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I just recently gave my fiance this title.
Mm-hmm.
Is Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Yeah.
Just keep moving.
Keep on moving.
Keep moving there. It took me years to perfect my flavors, took me years to perfect my icing,
Mm-hmm.
took me years and gave up for some months.
Yeah.
But there was a continuous movement that nobody could stop.
That's good.
So
It was
I think
handy.
more people should act as a juggernaut for the right reasons.
Just keep moving.
Just keep moving.
I love that. And I feel like I think personally that's kind of how I move too, which is why people you look up and you be like, dang, I can't even believe I did that. But you know what? I'm literally still moving, and so many things that I feel like I've accomplished, I don't even remember them.
Exactly.
Man,
Just like when it comes to you said resilience, or
resilience.
is this may seem a little corny, but I like to use movies and cartoons and stuff to draw inspiration. But ever since I was a kid, my favorite X-Men was Colossus.
Colossus. Yep.
So I've kind of integrated Colossus and Juggernaut in my mind.
Mhm.
Is when stuff just seems so hard for other people,
Yeah.
I can literally feel this armor
Exactly.
just turn on and I can still proceed.
And you can go. Already. I love that. Let's talk about your weight loss and wellness.
Weight loss? Yes.
All right, tell us about your weight loss journey. So, I will let you tell the people. You go ahead, because I get excited too.
I'm actually down 100 pounds naturally.
Yes.
At the end of 2023, my pant size, I believe, was a 48, and now I'm down to a 36.
Come on.
I was in a 5X shirts, now I'm down to 2X, moving my way to 1X.
Yes.
And I actually have a online health and wellness business too.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
So all the products are all natural, vegan, organic, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, non-GMO, laxative and stimulant-free.
Yes.
So I will actually give Toy to put a link down so you can check it out, and feel free to message me yourself, and I would love to help you out. We have stuff for men, women, children, and pets.
Yes. So being a chef, did that help you with this journey as well?
It definitely helped. The products I use did a big part of it, but knowing how to cook
Yes.
helps it even more. So just like the advice I gave at the beginning, don't be afraid to season your veggies as you would your meat,
That's
and
right.
it makes veggies more enjoyable.
Exactly, just as your meat would be. That is so good. What story do you want your food to tell people? What do you want people to feel when they experience it? I know you talked about God, right? So you want them to feel
God is real.
And which of your food items do you feel like does that the most for people?
All of them.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them.
Why is that?
I put my best into all of them.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and just pick up, even though the peach cobbler is my staple, a lot of people love my vanilla. And at first I used to feel some type of way about that. I was like, I have all these other flavors.
And everybody want this one.
But then when I realized not everybody can make a good vanilla.
Exactly.
Not everybody can make a good strawberry. Not everybody can make a good Oreo or pina colada or German chocolate. So I give everything I have into all of them.
You got to listen to this story. So when we stayed on the southwest side, I ordered some peach cobbler cupcakes, right? The moment I ordered those with you, I said, I wonder how he feels that I didn't order the other flavors.
Yep.
I don't know why I picked that up, but because I would probably be just like you in the sense like, why they keep going for that one?
Yep.
Like, even though you put your love in that, and that was a challenge, and you thought that thing through layer by layer. So that's why we can get vanilla, right? We can order vanilla from you at any time. But if you notice, it was times too where you would have the other ones and a few of the. And I'd be like, I
did that on purpose.
I know you did. I knew it.
Hey, I had to do my own test to see why nobody else was getting the other ones.
Yes.
It wasn't even like a test. It's like, okay, we
Just
know y'all like this one.
Right.
Try something else.
Yeah. Almost like
Try something else.
you gon' try it because you need to. But yeah, I'm sorry. That peach cobbler one, baby, had me on
And
my
that
tail.
apple cobbler is good too.
I haven't had that one. So how long you been doing that one?
For about 10 years.
10 years?
It's just
I've not
one of those
seen
flavors
the
nobody
apple.
pays attention to.
Oh my gosh.
I have lemon, white chocolate, raspberry,
You know I like the
a
lemon.
strawberry shortcake,
I think I might have tried the lemon, right?
and I have a strawberry cheesecake that actually has cheesecake in the middle and a mini slice of cheesecake on top with a strawberry.
You play too much.
And then an Oreo, golden Oreo, red velvet
Oh yeah,
Oreo.
the golden Oreo. I think I tried that one. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna have to order just a whole
We can do that.
mixture.
You know
That's
what?
good.
You know what we can do?
What?
We can get my fiance in next time, and we can have a taste test here.
We should do
Right
a
on.
taste test.
Right on. Take two with Toy.
Oh, that's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
we can
Okay,
definitely
we're gonna do that.
We can do that.
So last question before we go. When you think about leaving a legacy, what do you want that legacy to look like?
do what God put you here to do.
And you want how do you want people to see you? Remember you
As a vessel.
as a vessel. That's good.
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to turn to ash when God is still here.
Please don't take me out.
So that's it. If people want to put me in the Hall of Fame, that's fine. That's not what I'm after.
No, for real, right?
It's not.
You gonna take me to church and you gonna have me crying because
I used
I'm
to
always
wanted
looking
that.
for a good word.
I used to wanted those things.
So with maturity in God,
That too, and acceptance that at the end of the day, I'm ash.
man, I was reading a scripture
That's all I am.
recently too, where he was saying nothing is anything, like
Exactly.
nothing matters. And I know I'm quoting it wrong, but that's what he was getting to. He was basically saying everything. I've tried everything, and nothing feels as good as God.
That's why you get a lot of those celebrities that make it to the very top, and they literally get rid of everything. And they go live this peaceful life in this village where nobody knows them, and they don't have electricity, they barely have water.
And they're okay, like they are experiencing something, a whole man. I love that so much. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Listen, you done had me smiling, you done had me laughing, you done had me crying, and then you had me shouting. And I appreciate that. Like when we come on the show, it's about having fun and just being real, just being authentic, telling our stories and putting it out there. Okay? And I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I definitely want, for the men that are watching this and the young boys, you don't have to be a thug. Real gangster is handling your business. Learning how to treat the women in your life, doing better for yourself, taking care of your health. That's real gangster.
That's real. That's real at the end of the day.
I have no desire to be a thug.
Yep.
I have no desire to be known as the fighter, the gun-toting, bad mouth. Nah.
Yeah, the career man, the entrepreneur, the believer, the fiance.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the people how they can find you before we
You can
leave.
find me on Facebook at Chef Lo Foster, or you can find me on Instagram at Texas, TEXAS, _sweet, SWEET, _tooth, TOOTH.
Woo! Chef Lo.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.